the biggest ass I've seen on a man. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of BAMM. It's kind of crazy. We're actually getting episodes in on this series. I think we've already surpassed the amount I had last season. Crazy. And it's only been 2-3 weeks maybe. So this video, I want to talk about my weight after the show. I've had a lot of thought about like how much I've gone up in weight and everything, and I realized I never really talked to you guys about it. So let's kind of break this down. I started my show, I went to my show at 186. I started peak week at 193. So that's 7 pounds I lost in that 1 week span. Most of that's water because I did a lot of water manipulation, a lot of water cutting for it. And like cutting carbs and all that, going keto for like a week, like a lot of that's water weight. So with that in mind, I cut a lot of water weight. So when I start eating again, I'm obviously going to put that 7 pounds of water back on. So immediately after the show, 7 pounds are going to be up. I think the day after the show, I went from 186 to 197. Because, just putting food in my stomach, and a lot of it was meat, because I went to Texas Day, Brazil. So I had a lot of carbs and meat, not much fat. It was like straight up just like crazy amounts of meat. And like I had like a bit of carbs. Like I think I had 5,000 calories of carbs, and I weighed like 189 after the show. And then the other 8 pounds came from just me eating meat all night. So 197, but a lot of that's like, my body breaking down, filling it out. So I was probably about 198 with all the water I put on. So realistically, probably putting on 10 to 12 pounds of water. I know it's about that much because last time I went from like super dehydrated, like last prep that I didn't even have a show, to going on off season, I had like such bad water retention within a few days because I was just gorging and eating everything I wanted. I was pigging out like an animal. That I went from 171 to like 195 in like less than a week. So I put on 20 pounds less than a week. But before I really talk, I guess I'll talk about that. The 20 pounds that I put on that first time is way different than the weight I put on now. Just so you kind of understand when I say I put 20 pounds on in a week last time. But it was so bad that my calves actually got swollen. I don't know if I've ever shown or talked about this on my channel, but I'll talk about it now. My calves got so swollen from the water retention that I was working one day, like a full 8-9 hour shift, and I remember standing there at work, like after like maybe 6 hours, I'm like, my calves are killing me. And like maybe at like the 7 hour point, I was like, I can't even stand. I need to sit down. I sat down, rolled up my pants, and saw my calves were like massive. And I was like, what the fuck? Rolled down my sock, because I had like a little bit of higher socks on, and this is what my leg looked like. So that didn't happen to me this time. I did not have crazy water retention and like bad water retention from this time, and I don't look like shit this time. At least I don't think I look that shitty. So that's how I know it's about 10 to 12 pounds. So let's say I'm about 198 now. The other remainder of the weight is probably from fat and like food weight and all of that. I'm now 211, like on the dot. I was 211 this morning on the dot, as you can see right here. Yeah, 211 on the dot. That's actually lower than I was, because I was a couple days ago I was 211.7. I was that for 2 or 3 days. Then I was 211.5 for about 2 days, and now I'm 211 on the dot. And I haven't been doing anything more. I've honestly been slacking on my cardio. I haven't been doing as much cardio, and I've been eating about consistently 4,200 calories a day, over 450 grams of carbs a day. So it's kind of crazy that my weight's slowly coming down, but the calories are really like high up there. Only time will tell. But yes, I'm 211 right now, and I was 186 on stage. So what's that, 25 pounds? I'm about 25 pounds exactly over stage weight. Now think about that. I'm 25 pounds over stage weight, and it's been about 3.5 weeks, almost 4 weeks. I was 25 pounds. I was like 20 to 25 pounds over like my stage weight, I guess. Over my, I put on 25 pounds basically, 20 to 25 pounds. Last time I ended a prep in that 1 week span. So clearly, like, it was not healthy. I think I definitely did this a lot healthier to putting on 25 pounds in this amount of time. And definitely, like, at first I was like, I looked good, but then it's like, oh, you look like your stomach's a little full. And then as you keep eating and, you know, the weight kind of stays on you and everything, I can feel the fluff and the water retention, especially in my stomach and, like, the size. But I still look decent. Like, I clearly don't have any pump right now, but like I can still see, even with like no pump at all, I still have like a little bit of veins and stuff. That was one thing that my last off season, I was so fat, I had no veins. I could be so pumped, like literally at the gym, like massive, like I just like freaking did like all of the weights in the gym, and I'm like, oh, like I'm all like jacked and shit, and then I go and flex, and it's like nothing. I had no mobility. I couldn't even do a lat spread because it hurt so much with shoulder pain and just mobility problems, and I had no pump. Now I can at least get pumps and I look pretty good still. I don't have as many cuts in my stomach. Like my abs don't have that many cuts. My legs don't have as many cuts as they did, and my glutes aren't as like lean as they were. Like my glutes looked like a box before. Now they kind of look more like circular, like a glute now. So it is a lot of fat, a lot of water, but looking at myself objectively as possible, it looks like I'm about 10 to 12 pounds over, like 10 to 12 pounds more fat. Kind of expected, you know, it's what happens when you eat food and put on size. And it's just going to keep going up because I started anabolics about 36 hours ago, and it's long acting, obviously it's going to take a little bit longer, but I started about 36 hours ago, and I'm going to just be getting bigger and bigger and bigger because of all of this, of the beauty of steroids. I did actually make a mistake last video when I was talking about what I'm taking. I did kind of fix it in the video. I put up like a little thing saying like, oh, it's like this number, not this number. But I will address this now for anyone who didn't actually notice. I said I was on 500 milligrams of EQ a week. It's actually 400 milligrams. So it's not 500, it's 100 milligrams less. It's just so everyone knows. But everything else is the same. But yeah. So I'm 211 right now. Crazy. So today's actually going to be a pretty cool thing. I'm going to a gym with some of the guys that I'm friends with from my gym. We're going to a very famous gym called Signature Fitness. I went there one time, and that one time I went there, I met Kai Green. He didn't want to take a picture with me. It was kind of upsetting, but honestly, like just seeing Kai Green in person, like I talked to him for like about like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, just like real quick, like, hey, you're real great, love your content, great bodybuilder, keep it up, love to see you come back on stage, stuff like that. Massive man, like literally the size of my table, even if not bigger. His ass would not fit in this chair. He's got the biggest ass I've seen on a man. I will see you guys at the gym when we hit Signature Fitness.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, ooh, I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes. pieces is a form of art. I'm never gonna look back, cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change, slowly take a step today. I will never be the same, cause that's what it takes. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on.